Hello gang, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by. It's a Sunday, there's a storm raging through. I'm on my new field, so I've revisited my new field. I was here a couple of weeks ago. Most of you will know that I had to rush off because my dad had fallen ill yet again. Sorry to say that he is still desperately unwell. We're not quite sure what's going to happen, so we're taking every day as it comes at this moment in time. Just been to see him. He's calm, he's sedate, and he's comfortable, which is all we can hope, I guess. So I do appreciate all of your kind words and support, most appreciated. So I've come out today, I've just been to see him, back onto my new field. I was here a couple of weeks ago, as I mentioned, and really looking forward to trying again. But I think there's much more things more important in life than metal detecting. That said, you're here to watch some metal detecting. I want to dedicate this episode to the lovely Julie, half of Bill and Julie, or the Somerset Searchers, as you may know them. If you don't know them, I'll put a link to their channel. I would really encourage you to go over and show your love and support. Sadly, Julie lost her life. She passed away a few days ago due to a heart attack. Desperately sad and caused a massive ripple of shock through the metal detecting community. Gone far, far too soon. So, Bill, I don't suppose you'll watch this, but if you do, my love, friendship and best wishes, my friend. I hope you are okay as best as you can be. And of course to the lovely Julie. Sleep well, my love, and I hope the fields of heaven are rich of treasure for you. Let's go metal detecting. Well, let's hope that the audio comes through okay. It's 50-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. It's a storm whose name escapes me now, but yeah, it ripped through here yesterday. Loads of rain. It's now Sunday. Was it the 24th of November? So it's very windy, but it's so warm. It's 17 degrees today, which is what's about 60 odd in new money, which for this time in November in the UK is very rare. So making the most of the warmness, but it is a bit blowy. I'm out with the Deus 2, by the way. Exactly what I had when I came out here 2 weeks ago. I've not bothered changing it or charging it. So it's still pretty much fully charged because I only did about 90 minutes. And we started with a 62, so this is my very first hole. And that is very interesting because that is old. It's a, I don't know whether it's a horsey brassy thing, but it's not particularly uniform. It's quite thick some one end and thinner on the other. So it could be a little broachy thing, I guess, but we may never know. Yeah, there's a little nubbin in there, so I think that might have been a brooch, maybe. Either way, it's old, very old. Great patina on it. 62 on the Deus 2 on the standard coil, or the 11-inch coil. Yeah, lovely. This was a target fest when I was here last time. Let's hope they're the same again. Oh my God, it's windy. I'm going to persevere. I've just got to hope this is coming. The wind mic on my microphone system is, or the wind muffler I should say, is doing its job. Yeah, this is a target fest, this field. I'm so pleased that I'm on here. You can see that it's high 50s, but jumping into the 60s. I have uncovered it, and I think we might be onto a watchwinder. I can just see the edge of it there. I don't know if you can. See there? It looks a bit like a watchwinder to me. Oh look, it's got the end on it. Oh, look at that. My Deus 2 is trying to roll away in the field, so I've just held it with my foot. Ah, yeah. Oh, that is lovely. Oh, you don't often find them like this. Oh my gosh, apologies. Yeah, that's lovely. Wow, I think we're going to be in for another target fest today, folks. Hopefully we'll last a bit. Oh, it still looks like it's got a bit of movement in it as well. I won't over move it though. But we've got the full watchwinder there, the whole piece. You know, so you could literally pop that in the end of the timepiece, and with a bit of clock coggery, Andrew, you're good for another few hours or days. Yeah, lovely. I'll give that a squirt. If there's anything on there, I'll come back to you. Yeah, I think there might be something on here. There's often design or words or whatever on this bit here, and you can see where the loops broke. So that's obviously where it fell off the chain. But yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a brilliant start. We've had a kind of brassy ringy thing. We've had the watchwinder. I've had a little bit of aluminium in between, but this is only my third hole, and I've been swinging about 10 minutes. I had to run off down the field and catch my cap. Because that went flying off in the wind. So that's in my bag now, so that's where I'll have to stay today. Anyway, let's move on. Brilliant. No idea how many live digs we're going to get today, folks. I just had one in the 60s, which was nothing as it turned out. Tried to live dig it, put the tripod out, and the tripod and the phone just blew over about 5 times. So I think they might just be reveals, or maybe the odd one if we can get some shelter along the way. This one was in the 60s. Also, no, it's a 72. Apologies, 72. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got the markings of a little mount. A little kind of floral shaped mount, and there might be kind of holes in the end of the petals there, so possibly, I don't know, more furniture than horsey, I don't know, but yeah, I'll clean that up when I get home. But yeah, that's quite interesting. So yeah, plenty of interesting targets on here actually. It's a really encouraging and exciting field. See you in a bit. There we are. It's an 80, 79.80, first coin of the day. It's farthing sized, but it's pretty crusty. I found about 5 coins on here last time, first and last time I was on here. Most of them were like this, pretty crusty, so the ground's not been kind to the coppers. Let's hope it's been kind to the silvers if we're lucky enough to find one. But we're on the coins anyway, great start. Right, I'm hoping that the tripod stays up because I've got a bit closer to the trees, but it's still howling. But we got a 90, 91, and the tripod is rocking away. So it's about there, so I thought I'd take a chance, and hopefully you won't go cartwheeling off down the field in a second. One in the 90s or 90, 91, you've got to dig it just in case. And if you can do it in a live dig, even better. You didn't miss much. Nuts. Next one was an 86. Loud and proud. Nearly called it before I dug it, but it was what I thought it might be. It's a big old fat musket ball. 86 on the Deus too. Blow your ears off. In more ways than one. And then we had an 86 on the surface straight after that last one. And you can see that. Literally next to each other. Proper history, boys and girls. Proper history. Well, the next little party fact was a 66. And it would have been lovely if it was whole. You can see that. It's a beautiful bobbled piece of copper or brass. Would have been a lovely little buckle, I suspect. You can just about see the angle of it. So I'll just get you out the wind again. I think that probably would have been a buckle, and a very fancy one at that, had it survived. Alas, just a piece of it now. But we'll take it, and we'll keep moving on. Been here about an hour and a half to 2 hours, I think now. So I've still got a good 2 or 3 hours to go. So yep, confidence is high. See you in a bit. Well, I thought we were on to the silver. Yeah, it was coming up in the 50s, which I have found silver in the 50s. Ironically, I haven't got any blooming tin foil with me today. I normally have, but I don't think it is. I think you can see just at the bottom there. It's a nice little pattern, but I think it's there's a bit of copper coming through, so it's probably silver plated if anything. But yeah, we'll take it. Prefer the shinier, rounder stuff, but yeah, a bit of silver plated, something or other, I suspect. Cool. All right. Well, let's crack on. Right, next one blew me ears off. 87. Massive, great bit of lead with what appears to be a hole through the middle. So we'll call it a Roman curse tablet, shall we? Yeah, probably some sort of weight or whatever. But yeah, another interesting bit of lead. Finding lots of lead actually, and bits and bobs, but nothing to show you that's of significance yet. So, but we'll keep persevering. We've got about an hour and a half left, and we're not giving up yet. Absolutely not. See you in a bit. Well, next one was a nice 85, and full disclosure, I have already touched it and cleaned it. It's another bit of lead. I found a lot of lead. I think I mentioned that already. That's another little lead weight of some description, possibly spindle whorl, very crude if it is, but another little lead artefact cardboard box. Cool, right, well, the sun's trying to break back through again. It went a bit cloudy for a while. The wind hasn't dropped, unfortunately, but there you go. We shall persevere. And yeah, I think I've only had one coin. That needs to change, and that needs to change very soon. See you in a bit. Now, the next one's very cute. It was a 62, straight after that spindle wall thingy. And right next to it, or near it anyway. No idea, obviously I've given it a wipe already. I don't know. Obviously that was a loop as well, presumably, that broke. Not a clue. Yep, it's definitely party fact day today. Any ideas, let me know, but I'm none the wiser, unfortunately. But it's got some age to it, that's for sure. Cool. Let's crack on. So, is the silver drought over? I'm hoping so. I found a few things today that I thought might be, but I don't think they were. This, however, I'm pretty confident is. It was a 71 on the Deus 2. Flipped it out, and I can see something that looks markedly silver staring back at me. It's not a coin, some sort of artifact. But let's turn it round and have a look. Fingers crossed. There we are. 71. That looks suspiciously silver to me. It looks like kind of a leaf pattern. Oh, please. Ah, yeah. Absolutely and definitely silver. Hallelujah. Oh, that one's for you, Julie. Oh, it's got a thingy on it. It's got some sort of shank on it, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Silver button. Oh, that's very cool. Well, it's definitely, well, A, it's definitely silver. B, that very much looks to me as some sort of kind of leaf pattern. But C, I'm confused. C for confused. It's got some sort of shank on the back, so I don't think it's a button. Maybe it's part of a brooch or something. Oh yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Maybe it went that way. Either way, that's silver. Yes, you beauty. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, definitely some sort of, you know, maybe a pin holding or something like that. Try not to rub it too hard, obviously. There's gritty soil. I've got me Rick Hill latex glove blowing in the camera's view, so we can't see anything. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, very happy with that. Silver drought over. Some sort of broachy thing, I would imagine. Happy days. That's going in the box. We'll see if we can find some more. Brilliant. Where'd you go? There you are. See you in a bit. The sun is dropping fast now. Wind hasn't died down though. And I was just saying to myself, I can't believe I've only found one coin. Well, I still have only just found one coin, but have I found my second? It's an 87. And it's a little clod shot for you. So, let's have a look. Yeah, it's going to be the second coin, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Not that old, I wouldn't think. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, let's just give it a wipe on the towel. Yeah, there he is. George V, in pretty good condition actually. And 19, don't know, 1919, 1914, not sure. Half a penny though. Second coin of the day. God bless you, George V. Excellent. Right, half an hour or so left. See if we can find a couple more. Next one is a 67 in there. So I thought we'd try and unearth it together, as we're not really doing many of the live digs. There's a bit of green. Oh yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, that's another little broachy type thing, I think. Oh, I'm pleased I turned the camera on for that. Oh yeah, that's quite cool. No idea
But a lovely shape nonetheless. Cool. I mean, this glove is literally serving no purpose whatsoever now. I might just take it off. Right. Yeah, all right. We'll have a look at that. Come back to you in a sec. Yeah, not sure. Interesting, but not. I don't think it is broachy now. Now I've straightened it out a little bit. Yeah, no idea. Yeah, it's got something about it, hasn't it? But I'm not sure what. Okay, cool. We crack on.
Well, that certainly blew the cobwebs away. I don't think there's any doubt about that whatsoever. 50 mile an hour plus winds. It was hard go. It was brilliant, great fun. I've been here about 4 hours, but really hard work. I had to turn the headphones up as high as they would go just to be able to hear the tones. Loads and loads of holes I dug. We found some really interesting bits. Really pleased with that. Lovely bit of silver, lovely watch winder, lots of artifacts and partyfacts, and an opportunity to reflect, I guess is the right phrase, on everything that's going on, but also others that are less fortunate. So as I said right at the start, this one was for you, Julie, and for you, Bill. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll take it back all to the roundup now and find out exactly what we've got. Have a closer look at that silver, but definitely I do appreciate you joining me, as I always do. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for joining me, folks. Yeah, a really poignant but enjoyable 4 hours or so on that new field. Going in no particular direction, I just zigzagged around, and as you can see, it's an absolute target fest. As I always say, this isn't everything. There were shotties and aluminium pieces and other bits and bobs that didn't make it to the slate. But as you can see from the bottom right-hand corner there in cat corner, plenty of interesting bits of copper, brass and bronze, including this thing, which I thought was a bit of silver, but actually isn't. What else we find? We found a little parasol slider. Yeah, very nice. And then in bottom left-hand corner, some interesting and some random pieces of lead, including a couple of musket balls, this little lead pipe or weight, a fragment of a lead whistle, a couple of very wafer-thin lead discs. Don't think they're, lead tokens or anything like that. I think they're possibly more like lead lids. And other bits and bobs, including this piece, which has got, looks a little bit like a lion's head. It may or may not be. We may never know. There's a dozen or so buttons there, all kind of random but general bits and bobs. We had this little horsey, brassy, ringy thing, or is it a buckle? Again, we may never know. It's not uniform in size and shape, and there's definitely a bit of hand working on it, so it's pretty old, whatever it is. But again, we may never know. I think we have got a spindle whorl this time. I found something similar a couple of weeks ago that I don't think was. I think because of the thickness and the kind of shape of it, I think that probably was a rather crude spindle whorl once upon a time. We got this piece here, very pretty little decorative piece. Not sure what that's come off, if I'm honest. Yeah, not a clue. If you've got any ideas, let me know. But it's got a lovely patina on it. A couple of mounty, badgy type things. This one's in a bit of a bad shape. It's got a lot of corrosion there. It's floral shaped, so I'm going to say more furniture-y than not. This one, however, is very interesting. Look, now I've straightened it out a little bit and give it a brief wash. That obviously had lots of these little bits poking off it, so it was probably a little star-shaped design. Don't know, brooch maybe? You let me know. You have a guess. A couple of bits of buckle, including that one there, which would have been a lovely full buckle had it have been. A very crusty farthing. We will never know who that was. We do know who this one is, though. Look at that. That's an absolute beauty. That's had the ARTEFACTS treatment. Hopefully that's coming out in the light there. 1917, George V halfpenny. That's how good ARTEFACTS is, folks. And there he is, look, coming through there. 1917. That's the favourite year of my mate Tom, from Tom and Marie, treasure hunting with Tom and Marie. His favourite year, because I think that's the year his granddad was born, so he collects things with 1917 on. So I'm popping that in the post to you, mate. And then my two favourite finds of the day, an absolute beautiful piece of clockery, a lovely little watch winder. I haven't cleaned this yet properly, just give it a wipe. There's some sort of bird or something like that on that side, and on that side I think it's more floral than anything else. But that's pretty much the whole watch winder, and I think I've only ever found one similar to that. But that's in lovely condition. That will clean up lovely, and again get a bit of a coat of artiseal. And on this one, a lovely little chunk of silver. No idea, possibly off a sweetheart brooch maybe. It's more broachy than buckly anyway, and it's got the little hole there for the pin presumably, but it's a lovely piece of silver. It's had just one very brief wipe. I like it just as it is, and that will be going in the cabinet. So yeah, a poignant and reflective few hours. Please do head over to Somerset Searchers if you fancy it, and send Bill our love, because obviously a very difficult time for him and his friends and family, but my thoughts and prayers are up with them, and I hope they get through it as best as they possibly can. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.